Good day everyone. So for today's video, we're going to discuss something about general annuity. So this is the second leg of the discussion about annuities. From the previous video, we have discussed simple annuity. Now, let us differentiate simple and general annuity. Yung simple annuity, kapag monthly ka nagbabayad, then dapat monthly din yung interest period mo. That is all about simple annuity. But kay general annuity naman is different. Let's say for example, nagbabayad ka monthly pero ang ang interest period mo ay quarterly. So magkaiba na po sila. Okay po? And that is the main or that is the salient feature of a general annuity. Magkaiba po yung payment interval sa ating interest period. But in solving the future value and the present value is just the same. Okay po? So in getting the future value of the annuity of a general annuity, we're still given the formula F equals R times 1 plus J raised to N minus 1 over J. Where R is the periodic payment, J is the interest rate per period, and N is the number of payments. So we have discussed this. So this is just some sort of a review of what we have discussed from the previous video. Okay? But ano po ang gagawin nating kakaiba in solving the future value of a general annuity? Okay po? Since magkaiba yung interval payment sa ating interest period, what we're going to do is to convert. Okay? To convert it. So let us have this example para mas malinaw sa atin. Sabi dyan, in order to save for her high school graduation, Mary decided to save 200 pesos at the end of each month. So this is a modified problem from our previous video. So if the bank pays 0.250% compounded semi-annually, how much will her money be at the end of 6 years? So kung mapapansin ninyo, 200 pesos yung kanyang isi-save each month. Pero yung tubo lang is compounded semi-annually. So magkaiba na po yung payment interval sa ating interest period. That is why we are considering this as a problem concerning general annuity. Okay po? Now, let us first write the given. So the given are yung 200 pesos of course. Si 200 pesos, that will be our periodic payment. And then we have down there, sabi dyan, if the bank pays 0.250%, so that will be our nominal rate. So that is 0.250%. And if we are going to convert it into decimal, so we have to move the decimal point to decimal place to the left. So this is equivalent to 0.00250. Okay? And then we have, sabi dyan, compounded semi-annually. So yung M natin would be compounded semi-annually. That is with regards to our nominal rate. Okay po? So the value of M is semi-annually. Pag semi-annual, that is 2. Okay po? Next, how much will her money be after or at the end of 6 years? So our time would be 6 years. Okay po? Now, sabi dyan, yung 200 pesos, babayaran niya monthly. Okay? So, monthly po. So, we have another value for M, which is 12. Okay po? So, wag pong malilito ha. So, that is 12. Now, what we're going to do is to what? To convert this annual rate na kino-compound semi-annually into monthly using the formula F sub 1 equals F sub 2. Okay? So, this is just some sort of a review of what we have discussed kay compound interest. That CF po is equivalent to P multiplied by 1 plus, that is I raised to M over N, over M raised to what? Raised to N or M times T. Okay? So, yun po yung ating i-consider. And then, another another one, f sub 2, that would be another p times 1 plus, so that is 1 plus I raised to m over m raised to m t. Okay po, so ginawa ko pong color blue yung isa, ginawa ko pong color red yung isa, para hindi po tayo malito. So, sino po si color red? Yung color red natin would be yung monthly natin. So, yung monthly natin would be, that would be P times 1 plus, so monthly, so that is I raised to 12 over 12. Okay po, so that is over 12 raised to, what is the value of m? Again, that's 12 multiplied by the time. Alright, so that would be multiplied by the time. So, hindi na po muna natin ilalagay si 6. So, and then, we have down here, sa other side, we have p times 1 plus, so yung I raised to m natin is what? The nominal rate na pinag-uusapan natin dito. So, that is 0.00250 divided by m. Kapag m is, that is compounded semi-annually. So, that would be 2. Okay po? Alright. So, sige, wag muna nating i-substitute yung value. So, that is I raised to 2 over 2 raised to 2 times t. And then, what we're going to do is to cancel all the what? The common factors, or yung common sa bawat side. So, pwede natin tanggalin yung p, pwede din yung t. Hence, we'll be having 1 plus I raised to 12 over 12, sorry, that's over 12 raised to 12 equals 1 plus I raised to 2 over 2 raised to 2. Okay po? And then, we plug in the values to our formula. So, we have, that's 1 plus I raised to 12. So, ito po yung hinahanap natin, yung monthly. Okay? So, lagi pong yung monthly or yung interval payment yung hinahanap natin. Okay po? So, yung kadugsong ni R. So, that is I raised to 12 over 12 raised to 12 equals, so that is 1 plus, so yung I raised to 2 natin, yun yung kaakibat nung ating nominal rate. So yung nominal rate natin kanina, kung inyo pong mapapansin, that is actually our, that is 0.00250. So we have 1 plus 0.00250 over 2 raised to 2. Okay, and then we simplify. So we have, that's 1 plus I raised to 12 over 12 raised to 12 equals, so that is 1 plus. So using our calculator, we'll be having 0.00250 divided by 2. So we have 0 point, that's 0 point, so we move decimal point 3 decimal places to the left, 1, 2, 3. So we add 2 zeros, 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. Okay, then we have raised to 2. And then, ang gagawin natin is, we simplify it again. We have 1 plus I raised to 12 over 12 raised to 12 equals what? Blue pala. So, that is 1.00125 raised to 2. Okay po? So, para po matanggal natin itong exponent natin na to, itong exponent na 12 na to dito, dahil ang hinahanap po natin in this case ay ito. Okay po? So, hinahanap po natin yung um, interest period ng monthly. Okay? So, kailangan matanggal po natin yung exponent. And in dealing with that, what we're going to do is we just what? We just raised yung kabila into 1 over 12. Okay po? So, para po matanggal ito. Alright? So, we'll be having what? We'll be having, so matitira sa kabila is 1 plus I raised to 12 over 12 equals, so ang mangyayari po dito is what? That is 1.00125 raised to 2 and then raised to what? Raised to 1 over 12. Okay po? And kapag sinimplify natin yon, we'll be having 1, that's 1 plus I raised to 12 over 12 equals, kapag sinimplify po natin tong exponent na to, that's 2 times 1 over 12, that's power of a power. So we'll be having 1.00125 raised to what? Raised to 1 over 6. Okay po? And then, ang gagawin natin para ito lang po ang matira para ito lang po matira sa ating isang side ng equation, we transpose positive 1 to the other side. Making this equivalent to I raised to 12 over 12 equals. So that is 1.00125 raised to 1 over 6. Okay, 4 raised to 1 over 6 minus 1. At yun po yung ko-compute natin. So that would be, sabi dyan, 1.00125 raised to 1 over 6. So that is raised to 1 over 6. And then, minus 1. So yung minus 1 po ay sa whole number, ha? So that would be equivalent to, sorry, that's equivalent to, so we have I raised to 12 over 12 is equivalent to, so this is negative 4. We move the decimal point to the 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we add 3 zeros. So we have 0.0002082. So this would be what? This would be the value of J na gagamitin natin sa formula in getting what? In getting our future value. Okay po? So in getting the future value, we now substitute the values to our formula. So guided tayo ng formula in getting the future value of an annuity, that is F equals P times 1 plus J raised to N minus 1 over J. So, kailangan po ma-remember natin to. So, we have here, what? It's not P, it's R. Okay po? So, that is F equals, so our periodic payment or regular payment is 200 multiplied by 1 plus, so yung value ng J natin would be what? Yung value ng J na nakuha natin kanina, and that is 0.002082. So we have here 0.000282 raised to the value of our N, that is in part or in line with yung month. So monthly po. So kung 6 years po yung time, at each month siya magbabayad, so we have here 6 times 12. Dahil meron tayong 12 months in a year, so 6 times 12, that is 72. So we have minus 1 over the value of J is again 0.0002082. Okay po? And then, we simplify. We have 200 multiplied by 1.0002082 raised to 72 minus 1 over 0.0002082. Then we have the close parenthesis. And then, yun na po yung ating ipa-plug in sa ating calculator. So that is 200 multiplied by, so we have open parenthesis, then fraction, we have 1.0002082 raised to what? That is raised to 72. So again, nanggaling si 72 kay 6 times 12. So minus 1 over 0.0002082. Okay po? So dapat po ay kamukha ng ating ginawa sa ating solution. So then we press the equal sign. Hence, the future value of this the future value of the annuity would be 14,506.95. So ito po yung magiging pera niya monthly, ito yung magiging pera niya after 6 years na nagbabayad siya ng 200 monthly na ang interest niya ay 0.25% ng compounded semi-annually. Okay po? And that's how we get the future value. So, yun lang po yung nadagdag sa process natin. We convert. Okay? We convert the interest period. The interest period. So, let us have another example. So, this example would be all about the present value naman ng general annuity. So, same lang din po. Again, same lang din po ng formula in getting the present value of an annuity. We have R times 1 minus 1 plus J raised to negative N over J. To where R is the periodic payment, J is the interest rate per period, and N is the number of payment. Okay, so suppose we have this one. We have Laika borrowed an amount of money from Julie. And then, sabi, she agrees to pay the principal plus the interest. So, ibig sabihin, uh, ang kinukuha is, or yeah, babayaran niyo yung interest at saka yung principal by paying 38,973.76 pesos each year for 3 years. So, ibig sabihin, 3 beses siya magbabayad ng 38,973.76 kasi 1 beses lang sa isang taon. Okay, so how much money did she borrow? Okay, how much money did she borrow if the interest is 8% compounded quarterly? Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang hinahanap po is the present value. So let us now try to digest. Magbabayad siya yearly, pero yung interest is compounded quarterly. So it is a general annuity. Now the given are. So si 38,000, So, si 38,973.76 would be our periodic payment. Okay, and then, with regards to this, yung value ng M natin, dahil magbabayad siya each year. So, that is annually. So, yung M natin will be equivalent to 1. In light with the idea of nagbabayad siya ng 38,973.76. Okay, and then we have down here how much money did she borrow if the interest is 8% compounded quarterly. So yung compounded quarterly, that's another value of M. So we have here quarterly. So quarterly, that's 4. Okay? And yung sinasabi dyan na 8% would be what? That would be I raised to 4 kasi quarterly. Okay po? And if we're going to convert it into decimal, we move the decimal point 2 decimal places to the left. That's 0.08. Okay po? And now, what we're going to do is to convert yung quarterly into year. Okay, so we'll be having yung tulad ng ginawa natin kanina. So that is F sub 1 equals F sub 2. Okay po? So si F sub 1 natin, again, that's P times what? 1 plus I raised to M over M raised to MT equals, that's P times 1 plus I raised to M over M again raised to MT. Okay? So, si F sub 1 na tinutukoy natin dito ay yung yearly. Alright? So, we have P times 1 plus I raised to 1 or I. So, I raised to 1 over 1 is equal to what? 1 times T. So, yung kabila naman po ay yung quarterly. So, we have here P times 1 plus I raised to 4 kasi quarterly over 4. Okay po? Raised to, that's 4 times T. And then we what? We cancel out the common factors. So, pwede po natin tanggalin yung T and then we have T. So, we'll be having, that's 1 plus I raised to 1 over 1. Okay po? Raised to 1, of course, equals, that's 1 plus I raised to 4 over 4 raised to 4. Okay po, and then we plug in the values. So we have here 1 plus I raised to 1 over 1 raised to 1 equals, so we have 1 plus, yung I raised to 4 natin or your nominal rate is 0.08 over 4 raised to 4. And then we simplify. So we have here 1 plus I raised to 1 over 1 raised to 1 again equals That's 1 plus. So we have 0. That's 0.08 divided by 4 would be having 0.02. So we have here 0.02 raised to 4. Hence, would be having 1 plus I raised to 1 over 1 raised to 1 equals 1.0, ay sorry, blue pala dapat. That is 1.02 raised to 4. Okay po, so since raised to 1 lang naman ito, so pwede na po natin siyang i-cancel out kasi automatic, same lang din yung magiging value. So we have here 1 plus I raised to 1 over 1 equals 1.02 raised to 4. So kapag ni-raise to 1 over 1 natin siya, ganun din. Okay? And then, para po ito lang po yung matira natin kasi yung yearly yung hinahanap natin is that we transpose positive 1 to the other side. So we'd be having I raised to 1 over 1 equals that is 1.02 raised to 4 minus 1. And then we plug into our calculator. So we have 1.02 raised to 4 minus 1. Okay po? So the value of our j, the value of our j, which is I raised to 1 over 1, yung j na yearly is equal to what? 0.08243216. Okay, so ito po yung gagamitin natin sa ating formula in getting what? In getting, so how much did she borrow in getting the present value? So we'll be having P equals, that's R times, that is 1 minus. So, wag pong kakalimutan, kapag P po, mauna yung 1 minus. So, we have 1 minus 1 plus j raised to negative n. Okay, don't forget that over j. And then we plug in the values to our formula. So, we have P equals, the periodic payment is 38,973.76 multiplied by, that's 1, alright? That's 1 minus 1 plus. So, ang ating J ay equivalent again kay, so na yun, nasa calculator, that's 0.08243216 raised to. So, yung ating N, so negative what? Negative N. So, that is, so yearly po ito, no? Yearly for 3 years. So, that is 3 times 1, that is negative 3 over the value of j, which is 0.08243216. Okay po? And then, we simplify, we have P equals 38,973.76 multiplied by 1 minus, that's 1.08243216 raised to negative 3 over 0.08243216. Okay? Then we plug into our calculator. So that is 38,973.76 multiplied by, so fraction tayo, we have 1 minus, that's 1 minus 1.08243216 raised to, that's negative 3. Okay po? Over the value of j is 0.08243216. Okay? And then we have close parenthesis. So make sure na pareho po nung nasa solution natin yung naka-plug in kay calculator. Okay po? There are a lot of calculators naman that you can download. Okay? Sa Play Store and so kay App Store. Okay? And then clicking the equal sign, then we have the value or the present value would be equivalent to 100,000.00. Hence, magkano po yung hiniram ni Laika kay Julie? Alright, so Laika borrowed 100,000 pesos. And that's all about general annuity.